Build different, man. We in the building, y'all.
Please accept me for who I am, and please accept me for what I do. I'm just doing everything that I can, cause all I wanna be is true. So please accept me for who I am, and please accept me for what I do, cause there's no me without you, and all I want. And all I wanna be is true.
Yo, welcome to the latest installment of Build Different. I am one of your hosts, Graphk Raider.
And I am your man, Wasted Talent. How are you, everybody?
Shout out to everybody here in the building already, man. We got some special guests in the building today. To me, man, being from California, man, TQ was a legend. I mean, his record, West Side, it had everybody in California emotional as hell being from Cali, man. I just loved it. Bye-bye, baby. We're going to talk about all that. Our brother TQ will be here shortly, you guys. Also, we have another special guest going to pop in a little later. He should be here in about 20, 30 minutes to talk some music as well. So we're going to talk some Raiders shit starting off, and then we're definitely going to get into some music as well. So stay tuned for that. How you feeling tonight, my bro?
Man, I'm feeling a little melancholy, man. It's a lot of sad stuff going on, man, out here in the world.
Yes.
You know, last night and everything with young brother Hamlin, and it's just it kind of puts things in perspective about what's really important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, for me, dog, I was really excited about this last weekend, man. But when that shit happened, bro, I was just like, damn, and it kind of puts things in perspective about how important football really isn't.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. You already know what time it is, man. Once again, I have to say this. Rest in paradise to my brother Uche, man. Died at 38, man. It's insane. Played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Purdue, Boilermaker, man. Rest in paradise to him and much respect to his family.
Yeah.
I said this before, man. I worked with him in Atlanta. That was my dude, bro. My dude. He owned a bunch of Atlanta nightclubs. And I did security. I did valet. I did everything at these clubs. And he took care of us, man. That was my guy. I'm definitely going to upload a few snippets, you guys. For those who don't know who Uche is, we did like a 5-hour long podcast. I'm going to upload some shorts just so people can catch on, you know what I mean? Because Uche's such a good dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, with that being said, though, man, we already got 100 people in the building. We just started, man. Let's get our brother in the building, man. We got our guy, TQ. What's good, King? I see you. I see the
I see you shining. I see you shining.
What up, man? What's happening with you boys tonight?
Hey, man, it's a blessing, man. We just here, man, talking with the nation. Real quick, man, everybody in the chat, give TQ a proper, you know what I mean, introduction, man. Flood the chat, man. Let them know what it is. I was telling them beforehand, man, being from Cali, Northern California, to be exact, I know your catalog way more than just West Side, right? So I know a lot of people know West Side, but that song meant a lot to us, like coming up, like because it wasn't just like a California love. It was that shit kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, bro. I remember I used to play that shit. I go through it with a little girl. Yo, back then I was young. Go through it with a chick. Put on West Side. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you this. Being from, originally from Alabama, I know you moved to Compton, I believe 16, somewhere around that, 16, 17. Or no, you moved. I'm sorry. You moved to Atlanta, 16, 17.
Right. Just for a minute, yeah. I went to LA from Alabama at a year old and was basically there until high school. Went to Atlanta for a year, and my parents let me come on back. So it's always been SoCal, always been LA.
Yeah. How was that experience in the A? I mean, I know how it is in Cali, but like you were there for a year. How was it? Because I lived in Atlanta for 10 years. That's my second home.
Oh, okay.
You know
what part?
I was all over the place from Cobb County, Cobb County, South Side. I lived in DeKalb. I lived in Sandy Springs. I mean, I was everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, you was jumping around. Well, I was in College Park, so I went to a cool area. It was fucking 1992, so it was right at the beginning of kind of like hip hop taking over Atlanta, man. It was on. It was Freaknik time. It was Outkast first coming out. JD was popping off, and like that was the first place where I actually went in the studio. And that's when I kind of said, like, I've always loved music. I've always wrote music. I've always sang. but I never really took it seriously. I never really knew the ins and outs of what it took to make records. And when I went down there, I was being bad. My parents sent me down there. I was with my auntie living at her house, and her son actually was in a rap group. They were signed to JD before JD was anybody. JD was just a cat that was down. He was a dancer for Houdini back in the day. He came to Atlanta. He was producing, and he was trying to get his own little independent thing jumping in the beginning. He had my cousin's group that was called True and Living. He had
was this after coming of age?
This was before coming of age. I was still in high school. This was like 11th grade year.
Okay.
My cousin them was recording an album with JD, and I was just in the studio every day after school. That's when I fell in love with it, bro.
So you kind of fell in love with it in the A.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, like I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't working. Like I was just watching them. You know what I'm saying? Just like after school, I was mad because I was in Atlanta. I'm a West Coast dude. I don't really know nobody like that except for my family. But that was cool, man. That made the transition better.
I had the same story because I remember, Wasted, I told you when I was 16, I got kicked out of high school and I was on probation. They made me move to Atlanta for a year. So when I went out there, I hated it because I wanted to come home. You know what I'm saying? I hated it. I'm like, I want to go back home to California. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
So basically, they sent two Northern Cali brothers down.
No, Southern Cali and Northern Cali.
Southern and Northern Cali brothers to mess Atlanta up. That's what they did. That's what normally happens. You know what, TQ? I want to ask you a quick question, bro. Bro, I want to ask you a quick question, man, because you being one of these guys that I've seen, man, kind of rub shoulders with giants, bro. Just even from the beginning, from your career, you kind of had like a charmed career, bro. You've been around some greats, being with, JD and, his father, Michael Malden, and all of these people who are giants in the music industry. When you guys got started, man, was music an initial passion, or was it something that kind of landed on you just from you being in the room and seeing what was going on?
It was a little bit of both. It was always a passion. It was a passion from day one. But I think what gave me an inkling of a possibility that I could do this was NWA, because we saw them before they came out as a group. We just saw them everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, and once they came out from being like just some cats from the neighborhood that just performed at this little bitty juke joint, which was like right down the street. Everybody knew of this place. Even the kids knew of this place because oddly enough, there was a church house next door to it, and they used to sell barbecue out of a truck. It was like the best barbecue in LA. And so when we went to line up on Friday nights to get the barbecue, this spot called Eve at the Dark, where Dre was DJing that, the music would be coming all out the windows. So like outside of that place, we all little kids, we can't get in there. We out in the barbecue line, and that's where we listening to NWA basically. Next thing we know, they on Yo MTV Raps. So it's kind of like, damn, these niggas from my block, basically from my neighborhood, from my city, and like they on MTV right now. This is a possibility, right? But it didn't turn real until I walked into the studio and kind of saw them making music. And that's when I felt like, damn, I could possibly do this. Then the strokes of luck started happening. God started getting involved, and I was able to get in the right rooms, man. And that's how.
Let me ask you this: we're gonna bounce around. We're not gonna go in order. I just want to we're gonna go off the room, right? So being from Compton and like you said, NWA, you know what I'm saying, you growing up, you know what I'm saying, like that's one of the greatest groups of all time. Being from Compton and watching like Lamar, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick Lamar, and watching the game come up. Has any of these young guys that came up ever leaned on you? Come and hollered at you like, AOG, like, what do I need to get into the game? Because I mean, look, man, Compton got some dudes, and one of my favorite battle rappers, Geechee Gotti, as well. He on the rise right now as well. Compton got
that boy something else.
We vicious, man. Compton got talent, man. I mean, has anybody really leaned on you and said like, TQ, like, you know what I mean? Like, OG, how can I get in this game? Or even now, like when they see you, what is it the respect levels through the roof when they talk to you?
Yeah, all the time, man. I mean, and from all levels of people, from obvious hip hop lovers to like old school R&B people, like just across the board, man. I've never been one. Like people have always given me my flowers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I've met somebody in person, even in the Bay, all up and down the coast, man, I think people just really connected with my song in a way that I think when people remember West Side, they seem to think about what they was doing at the time when that was out.
Yeah, definitely.
You get what I'm saying? It seems like it puts them in a place, and like that happening over and over again. You know, it just, that's been the expectation, man, and I just get it from so many different, like I don't know what the demographic is for the TQ fan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know what? My bad, man. I'm sorry, because it's weird, man. Because you know what's funny? I've always viewed you as like a West Coast, like almost like a Keith Sweat. You were like one of the first R&B singers from the West Coast that connected with our age group.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a lot of guys that came back in the day from the West Coast and stuff. You know, that were California singers, like you know. I mean, Lakeside and all of that stuff. But you were the first one that's, because we're around. You're like a year older than me. You were one of the first ones who was from our era, and that was huge, bro. And I see that, like, you know, Keith Sweat was in New York, was like one of the first people in hip hop who was like our first kind of R&B singer, right?
Yeah.
You also transitioned and did the same thing for the South.
Yeah.
It's weird, man, because I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off, bro, because I don't want to be unprofessional, brother. But yo, people don't realize, man, you were one of the pioneers of Cash Money Records. You were one of the first people who wasn't a part of the original crew to actually record with them and be around them, man. Yo, could you touch on that for a little bit? Because that is probably, to me, and I hate to say this, and I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, because we come from an era where we remember Rockefeller, Death Row, you know, Def Jam. Yeah. I would probably say Cash Money Records is probably the greatest hip hop record label of all time at this point, because of their reign being as long as it's been. I know that's a big saying.
And I got some ties to Cash Money as well. So I want to hear that, because I was really, really tight with EI, the vice president. So that was my guy. Like, that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, you know, I made music. I've been in the game for about 20 plus too. And so like he would always call me, and we'd always shoot this shit all the time. But this is at a time when you were over there. You know what I'm saying? So like, how was that experience working with those guys? And Wayne was a lot younger, you know what I mean? So that was when he was really on that trajectory of becoming Lil Wayne. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how was that experience down there rocking with those guys, man?
It was cool, man. What was good about it, it was organic. We just linked up off of liking each other's music. Like I have been like crossing paths with them, promoting my record while they was promoting Juvenile's first record. But it was kind of like I would get to whatever city after they just left, and people would always ask me, yo, you know, baby put me up on your record. Baby put me all over the South. Everywhere I would go in the South, people would be like, baby. Now, I got family all over the South, and the only connection I knew with Cash Money was BG. BG was hot. Every time I went down, all my cousins, all my family was putting me up on whatever the new BG record was. But I didn't know nothing else. I didn't really know nobody else. But they had come to LA, man, and this was during the time. This was like in the Shaq and Kobe days. And Julio G called me and said, yo, these cats, you heard of these Cash Money cats? Man, they looking for you. You need to holler at them. They just did a big deal. They like your music. It'd be a good look for you. Julio,
radio host, right? Radio host. Radio host
Julio G. Yeah, exactly. And he knew that, like, you know, I was kind of going back and forth with Sony because they was going in a different area to where I wanted to go, and kind of arranged just a meetup for me to meet them dudes at the hotel lobby, man. Went up there and just talked to him, and Baby was just like, man, we got to figure out a way to start working together. He was like, them people you signed to, they don't really know what you need. He was just like, man, it was on, you know, that last record you was on was popping. Now you got this new one, it's hot, but they ain't pushing you right. And I'm like, man, damn, you talking real. So then
was that record Was that Bye Bye Baby? Was that the Bye Bye Baby record?
No, that was Daily. That was Daily,
Okay.
Actually. It
Got
was
you.
Daily. It was off of my second album. And I was just beefing with them. And at the time, I was just leaving to go on Up and Smoke with Dre and them. I was leaving to go on tour. So over that tour, I would leave from tour and go like link up with Baby and them wherever they was at. Like we would work in the studio. I would write hooks on their records. Sometimes they would bring me out on stage. Like they would always come to, like they came to like 3 or 4 different cities for Up and Smoke just to see me perform and shit. So we just built a relationship over some time, and they kept calling Sony to try to get me off the deal. And Sony was like, listen, man, if y'all keep calling up here about our artists, we're going to sue the fuck out of you. And like, let it go, period. So Slim was like, man, look, we can't get you out of your deal. If you can get yourself out, then I got a deal for you. So I went about trying to find myself a way to get out of that Sony deal, made it happen. And about a year later, was signing the Cash Money.
That's beautiful. Now, I always thought, being from the West Coast, the Mac 10 and Cash Money connection, I always thought it had something to do with you. I always thought that was like the funnel. You know what I'm saying?
So what the plan was, the plan was Baby was trying to take over. He's trying to take over. He's trying to get somebody from everywhere and have everybody on represented by Cash Money, basically. And his plan for the West Coast, what sold me, he was going to get me, Corrupt, and Mac 10. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Hey, let's go.
There you go. Let's go, right? not Chicken Hawk and Corrupt.
Bruh. So he had talked to Mac 10. I talked to Mac. We was on tour. Mac said he think he gonna do it. And the night that we performed in New Orleans, he picked me and Corrupt up, and we went to his crib, talked to him, and kind of finalized all of the, all the particulars or whatever. So I felt like Mac's here already, Corrupt coming. I got Wayne. I know BG Turk and Juvie is kind of in limbo, but damn, this nigga done went and signed Gilly. He done got Boomer Guy at the time. He was trying to get, he could have got Jeezy, Webby, Boosie, Bone Thugs, Jagged Edge, T.I. This nigga was building a all-star cast, bro.
Wow.
And something happened, man. It's like he was going through it with the Hot Boys. Like the Hot Boys was like his family. Shit was just a lot of shit going on that was personal family shit that I just came in on the edge of. And I think his time and attention was more being spent on that as opposed to building that all-star cast. He built some of it, but he ended up getting it after us because they popping right now. So
Was Gemini the album that was recorded over there, Cash Money, that never got released? Why that never dropped? Like, what happened with that?
You know what, man? I didn't think they understood what they was getting into as far as R&B went. They hadn't never really dropped a bona fide R&B record. They was a rap label. You know what I'm saying? And R&B is another ball game. Like the stations that they had in their pocket, them stations wasn't playing R&B at the time. So they would have to get me on by me singing hooks on rap records or whatever. So then when it's time to like drop, I think he's looking at, man, I got to drop a lot of money to put this shit out. So, I think things started changing. And I just started looking at it after I left there. I mean, Slim taught me so much, man, about how to just sell yourself, how to sell independent records. So when I left there and I went on my own, I kind of could recognize like the business model wasn't going to be right. Like they would have really had to invest more time into just R&B period. And that label just ain't set up for that. It was all the hustles, a bunch of niggas running around on buses, getting brown paper bag money, fucking like we just selling music instead of dope. You know what I'm saying? R&B takes a lot more than that. Like, bro, when I signed the Cash Money, I had a 7-piece band already. I was traveling around the world doing like full-on R&B shows, man. Like I had fucking cellos and violins and shit in my show. Like you wasn't getting none of that with Cash Money. We never performed with a band, man. It's Fresh up there and WAP up there with some fucking turntables. It's some rap shit, and I'm just singing over some rap shit. And when it comes time to do the R&B shit, you can't take the rap route. So I think that's kind of what it was more than anything.
You have to work on.
My thing was, man, like it's a lot. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot. You know, people say what they want about Cash Money, and a lot of it's true. I know niggas that just didn't get paid, don't get paid. I understand that.
Yeah.
I say it every time somebody asks me, man, that ain't me.
They
ain't never been late for shit. They ain't been late for. They not gonna be late February 1st either. So I mean, I can't you know, it is what it is. Like when I got into this as a writer. Like the artist thing was some secondary shit because it was explained to me that the person that write the song makes the biggest piece of the pie.
Yep.
And that's all I needed to know.
Yep.
I looked at Cash Money as a way for me to constantly write on records that are gonna be released. And when I look back on that, I was able to do that. I wish I would have been able to drop something while I was there, but I mean, they took too long to do anything with the shit. All of the stuff came to me, and I dropped it myself.
You know what, man? Thinking about that, right? When I see some of the content that you had out there, I feel like the kind of business model that you have and the kind of worker you are, you came along probably 5 years too early. Because the way things are now, you would have been able to just do your own thing, man. Is there a part of that you kind of feel like a little bitter about? Not bitter, but like, damn, like.
I ain't gonna say bitter. It's a missed opportunity, I think. Timing is everything.
Everything.
Right. Like it seemed like, man, 5 years after I was where I should have been, that's where everybody else got there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just is what it is. And I think that had happened to me a couple of times, man, to be honest. Like it seemed like all of the struggling that I had with my first album because of the content, because of how, I guess, you know, in your face and anti R&B it was when it comes down to the lyrical content. Man, everybody doing that now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on that. Everybody was on that 5 years afterwards. Just like you said, it was just kind of that 5 year window where I come a little bit too early. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you got to juggle it all, man. You take the good with the bad. And what do you come up with? Like at the end of the day, I'm still able to fucking feed myself, feed my family.
That's all that matters.
That I wrote 20 years ago. So could be worse, right?
Let me ask you this before we get on, because I want to talk this sports stuff, because I know you have a great website that I've been looking at for the past few days. Love it. I know your son got a YouTube. I want you to plug that thing too. You got a podcast. I love it, man. I see you out here working, man. Give these young kids, man, because, you know, I know you epic Cash Money. You've been around the game, man. I mean, you've done records with Lil Wayne, a successful record at that. You know what I'm saying? Give these young kids, if they're asking, man, how to get in the game, and I know it's a different time, right? But like
completely,
how could you, like, what would you give these guys? Like, what kind of game could you give these young kids right now coming into the game? Because everybody just thinks it's easy to just come up, rap, sign. It's not that ezy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy at all. If it was that easy, everybody be out here balling. You know what I mean? But what kind of you know what I mean, alley-oop would you shoot to the youngins about this game, man? Because it's tricky. You know what I mean? And I mean, you know firsthand, you've had successful records, and I know you still making music. You still active. You know what I'm saying? So, and actually, I want to link you with my brother. Have you ever heard of my brother L Fingers? He's a producer out there.
Yeah, I think so.
He'll be on here in a few seconds.
Brother? Okay, all right.
I grew up with him since we were 4 years old. Okay, we started. We're in the same group. Started making music together. But he lives in Vegas as well. So,
oh really?
Yeah, he's in the studio right now. He was like, "You got TQ on?" I said, "Bro, jump on with us real quick for a few, because I want y'all to." His production is crazy. I think y'all would make some history together, man.
Oh, let's go, man. Shit.
Yeah, definitely. He right up the street from you too. But what would you tell these kids, man, coming up, man? Like, you know, the ins and outs, not just something quick. What's the ins and outs of what you would tell these dudes to do?
Well, it's kind of two parts, right? Number one, regardless of how the system changes, regardless of you know what new technology comes out or whatever, ownership ain't gonna change. Ownership is always gonna be ownership.
Yes.
So own as much as you can. People can't take what you own until you want to sell it. And if you want to sell it, you can sell pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta own it first. So a lot of times these days, man, the things that you signing, like, look at, if you can't read it, find somebody that can read it for you. because I will say this, in my time, man, I've been able to be privy to some contracts to some pretty big artists, and the types of things that people sign makes you understand why, you know, these people with all of these successful records can't keep roofs over their heads or blow their heads off or go into bankruptcy, whatever the case may be. A lot of this is about not having that ownership, right? Like if you think about it, and this goes to the second part. Imagine if you could just hone in on playing to 50,000 people. Yeah. And you own everything that you use to entertain them with. And then you say, damn, can I get $100 out of each one of them every year? Yeah. How many things can I do over a 12-month period to where I can monetize $100 from each person who I've concentrated on that likes my? So start that at 5,000 people. Yeah. Move that to 15, move that to 20, move that to 20. Man, you got a career that nobody even has to know about outside of your 50,000. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start. The only way you can do that is with ownership. Because if you go into a situation where you don't have ownership and you're only making 5% or 3 pennies off of every sale or download or whatever you make, 50,000 ain't gonna do nothing for you. Nothing. At the end of the day, that's 50,000 people. We have been programmed, young artists have been programmed that 50,000 people doesn't mean anything. Bullshit. You know how much money you can make off of 50,000 people? Now, let's look at the other side of that. This is a gift. It's a gift to be able to make music. Do you know what the power is in your hands when you can make 50,000 people feel good simultaneously just because of something you went and made? Yeah, you got to keep ownership of that.
That's you know what's funny, because I see a lot of people that get put into a scenario where they have to exploit themselves because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're trying to keep up the image of who they were when they were in their prime, right? Yeah. And with a guy like you, you know, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, you know, one of the ways that people have to exploit themselves is going on reality television. and the thing about that is that I wanted to ask you, man, you having the resume that you have you ever been approached with that? And if you have, how come you turned it down?
So many times, man. I mean, I ain't here like I remember they
was. Thank God, bro.
No, man, I'm just not. I ain't. Sometimes it's been tantalizing. Like a couple of the shows, especially the ones in England, man. They pay you out the yin yang, but it's like I ain't spent all this time in this to make a fool out of myself, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's like I got integrity. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by a man, a grown ass, real ass black man, and he ain't gonna let me sell myself short. I ain't never sold myself short. What I'm gonna wait to this point to do it for, man? It's been, man, faking like I'm somebody husband on the Housewives, Big Brother, celebrity this, celebrity. I'm like, man, I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. I'm not doing none of that. I mean, it's, you know, at the end of the day, you have to get to a point where you have to realize, I think artists my age, yo, man, it's not a negative thing to have done something great. Yeah, that's what you got to look at. You know what I'm saying? I did something great. It's not necessarily about trying to top that. I already did that. Like, that's on the wall. I got a plaque for that.
Plaque for sure.
What do I do now? You know what I'm saying? How do I reinvent myself, or what do I do to build on the foundation that I started with music? Yeah. Well, I didn't want to do music. I wanted to play fucking football. I just didn't get big enough. So I did music. And now here I am in this position where I can cover football. I'm literally on the sidelines on Sundays, on Saturdays, with my big ass lens and my camera, shooting football pictures and shooting football video. And I got a company, Franchise Sports Media, right behind me.
Media.com.
Yeah, man, where we just, you know what I'm saying? And this is something that I've always loved. It's something that even throughout music, you know, when you're an artist and you're successful, you get perks. I was able to stand on a couple of sidelines and watch this. And I'm like, man, shit, outside of being on the stage, this got to be my favorite place to be, possibly.
The Aces, UNLV running Rebels, the Raiders, like you just covering Las Vegas completely. Like, how did that shift happen? And how did that happen? How did that happen? Because I read something on your Instagram where you said Marcus Allen and Ronnie Lott started it all for you in Los Angeles Coliseum. I love that. I love it. I love it. Yes. I love that shit.
That's who started it for me, man. That's where my love for just sports in general started. When you was growing up in LA and you was a part of any youth, whatever, whether it's the youth church group or YMCA or the boys club, you could go and see USC and UCLA pretty much for free on Saturdays. Like they definitely took care of the inner city kids out there. And man, we used to light that Coliseum up. And I was a little bitty kid, man. But that damn boy, Marcus Allen, boy, woo. Ronnie Lott, boy. Oh my goodness. Bro, I used to, when I'm outside with my Nerf, ooh, I'm Marcus Allen. Ooh, I'm Ronnie Lott. I'm playing against myself, dog. Like literally. So people ask me, it's like this game last week, man. I'm dressed in both, bro. I love the Niners and I love the Raiders. I can't help it. The reason why is because of that.
Hey, look. So you got a Niner fan right here, but he got a Raider hoodie on right now. This is my brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you know, I gotta support my brother Graphk.
For sure.
And I've been supporting him for years though, man. He know I'm really an NBA person.
Yeah.
I've been supporting him for years though, man. I'm a diehard Niner fan. And I talk my crap to him, but hey,
y'all got
the game, bro.
Before that was a hell of a game. Before we talking about some sports stuff right now, but before we get completely into that, y'all got a link. I'm telling y'all, man, the music y'all would make together would be insane, bro. Like,
man,
let's make it happen, bro.
Man, I remember back in the day, man. I'm talking about, I think of Florida high school, man. I think about 9th grade, man, 8th grade, man. When you came out with the West Side, man, man. You got classic hits. You know what I mean?
Bye Baby, man. Like
Baby, man. Hey, you know what? I was just talking to because I'm over at my boy house. We in the studio right now. I'm at my boy house. He's from LA. I'm like, man, remember TQ, man? I'm like, man, he had the motherfucking hits back in the day. Excuse my language.
Nah, but talk that shit, bro. Talk it. You already know.
Hey, my brother, you had hits back in the day, though, man. Like real shit, though, man.
And y'all both in Vegas, so there's no excuse. Y'all got to link up. You know what I mean?
Easy,
like,
man.
Yeah. Like for
my pen ain't going nowhere, bro. Let's get it.
Man, I know, man. I'm telling you, hey, my mama used to bump your shit, man.
Hell yeah,
it's a pleasure speaking to you. You know, you real legendary though, man. You know what I mean?
It's funny because we was talking about Cash Money Fingers, like bro don't know that you did shit for Gutter. You did shit for I mean, Jay Mills. I mean, you was working with Young Money in Miami for a while.
Yeah, I was working at Hit Factory Studios for a minute.
Hell yeah.
That's when I lived.
Hell yeah.
Man, you know. It was cool.
That was the fucking day. Yeah, I'm sure it was, bro. That man Wayne used to be in there. Where he was working with all the squad, or what? Was it at that time when he was working on squad, or right after that?
No, that was after that. You know, that's
was after that. So it was like the Young Money had already started.
Yeah, we had Corey Guns, Gutter, Jay Mills, Mac Main, T Streets. You know.
Gotcha. So when I was down there, they was all little kids.
Yeah.
Look, they used to tell us, nigga, we gonna be young. We gonna be the Young Money. We gonna be the new shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, y'all shut y'all little ass up. I remember when Wayne started with them. Wayne used to do the squad up mixtapes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Give them away for free. It was all them same little dudes. He used to give them away, man. That nigga Baby used to be so fucking mad. He used to talk to Slim. Giant, man, this nigga Wayne giving away free music, man. Stop him, man. These motherfuckers out. This nigga just giving away this shit, Slim.
Hey, but that's what started his legendary movement.
That's what got him on. What got him on.
Yeah, and then especially when he would start doing the stuff with drama and stuff, though, man. You know,
right.
Mixtapes was cracking, though, man. The DJ Drama had the wave going, though, man. Gangsta Grizzly, though, man. That was when Jeezy was popping, man.
It was on.
Man, when the mixtape game fucked up the game of music, though, man.
Sure did, bro. But Slim was on it though. It's like Slim never had a problem with it. Slim just used to be like chill out, baby. Let Shorty go. So
Yeah,
that's what got it started, man. That's once he started popping, the nigga had a whole army behind him because of all of them mixtapes.
Hey, Fingers, bro. You gotta get Q and Sugar Free on a record, bro.
Man, that ain't
Sugar
no
Free?
problem.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Come on,
Fingers
man.
did. He did Sugar Free whole last album.
Already. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he did his
go.
whole last that Smell My Finger album. That's why it's called Smell My Finger.
I did that, and I did the Resurrection album.
Okay, yeah, nigga. Come on. I knew your name from somewhere.
Yeah. I got shit, man. I got shit with Snoop, everybody in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sacramento, but LA, that's my next stomping ground. I just did all the Inhale's music, Nate Dogg's son.
Oh, all right, yeah. How it's going? How it look?
Man, they give you goosebumps when you hear him because he sounds just like his daddy.
Yeah,
like him, huh?
Just like him.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
When that's
thing,
coming,
man.
when that's dropping, bro.
Oh, we just dropped an album.
He dropped a new album. I need a link to that. I ain't know that.
After this, shoot me your line, bro. Shoot me your line. I'm gonna shoot it over to Fingers, and we're gonna link it up because I'm telling y'all together in the studio because you've been writing. That pen is vicious, bro. Like that's vicious. Hey, Lee, you always told me, right? You always said, bro, your pen, my pen. Like that's what it's about. The writing, like that's the favorite part of this shit, bro. It's the part. Yeah, bro.
Graphk, my favorite rapper, man.
Nah, I appreciate that, bro. And for everybody that you work with in the game, and not just because you my brother, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Q, I'm gonna send you some stuff. I'm gonna send you some stuff. I'm gonna send you that record.
Man, I used to bump that fucking Raider song y'all dropped a couple of, what was that, like season before last season?
Oh, the Soul Nation?
Yeah, man, shit rolls, boy.
I appreciate you, bro. I got some new shit. You know, we just dropped a record not too long ago with Mozzie too. I'm gonna send it over to you to check it out. Yeah.
I do a lot of Mozzie's music too.
Oh, do you?
I was just in the studio with Battle Cat.
What?
Yeah, I got
that nigga talented. Man, that nigga talented right there.
He different, bro.
Yeah, I do a lot of funk music.
See now that's the shit, Q, that I think y'all would fall on because when we were growing up, my auntie Marguerite, which is his grandma, all she did was play that shit in the house when we grew up. So like he got that bug early, that Fruity Loops bug. You know what I'm saying? Like Fruity Loops doing that shit, and next thing you know, he his resume is fucking this long. You know what I mean? So
man. Come on, man. Send me some shit, bro. Let's work.
Matter of fact, hold on. Hey, Q, what kind of music you doing right now? You fucking with the rap shit too, or is it just strictly R&B?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Am I fucking with the rap shit, nigga, for the rest of my life?
I love that shit.
Hey, Lee, play that Hot Boy beat that you just redid today.
Hold on, I'll go turn on some tunes.
Man, bro, y'all are making magic on air right now.
No, Hey, what's funny is he redid that Turk beat and Turk commented on that shit. I see Turk was like fire.
I'm up here with my boy Fig. He a diehard Raider fan too.
Nation, man, Raider Nation.
What's up already?
If you play a couple of them slaps real quick because I don't want to keep Q on all night, but I know this is something that's gonna be legendary, bro. And I really feel something in my toe that y'all gonna do some great things, bro. So Fingers, put that on, man. But hey, real quick, everybody in the chat, man, you already know what time it is, man. Hit that, wipe them feet. That means hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, man, go check out TQ website, franchisesportsmedia.com. Man, support our brother, man. He is a Raider. He is one of us. Make sure you support franchisesportsmedia.com. I'm telling you, the website is fire, man. Real shit.
On the ground floor out in our hometown of Las Vegas now. Too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, man, it ain't nothing but a combination at this point.
100.
Hey, Lee, put that one that you redid the shorty swing my way real quick.
Okay.
And then put that first.
That bitch dropped.
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you on this.
Yeah.
That's that Compton Q.
Man, this nigga, he one of them old dirty movie ass niggas. Man. I like that. I like that dirty movie ass shit, bro. Yeah, that's fire.
You redid that Juicy?
Yeah.
Hey, Lee, real quick.
I need something out of my life, bro.
Put on that Turk real quick. Put on that Turk real fast. I want to hear that real quick because, bro, that shit went stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's heard this.
Yeah, he just commented on Instagram. Fire.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Slap
hell yeah.
Oh
hey,
my
hey,
God.
Hey, Lee. Save some of them bangers, bro. Hold on. Save them.
For real, man.
And I got
something, man. Put something in a folder for me, bro.
Yeah, I got that R&B shit too.
Yeah.
Hey, wasted.
Come on, man. Let me get this ready for the summer, bro.
Hey, hold on. I got some New York. Hey, I got some New York for you. Hold on.
Thank you.
I got some hip hop for you though.
Thank you.
That's West Coast.
See, that's West Coast. Like, what do you mean that's New York?
Yo, it
What
don't
song
matter.
that
It
is
still got a
New York?
bass line. Oh, he says East Coast is East Coast. Yo, he says East Coast is East Coast.
I love the East Coast, man.
Nah, I fuck with y'all, man.
Hey, mind
listen,
you, wasted. Fingers has done stuff for DMX. I mean, all like a bunch of people in the East too. So you already know what time it is, man.
Hey, man,
Fingers.
look, I love it, man. Look, if it's good hip hop and it's great production, I don't care where it's from. You know what I mean? Music is music.
Listen, man, straight up though, look, half my family from New York, and like the cat that I was talking about early, the ones that I went and moved with in Atlanta, they moved, they lived in Atlanta, but they from New York. So I've been getting them lessons from day one. Like,
that's what I'm talking about, bro. It's long as you brought up right.
Hey, Lee, everybody, when you moved with me in Atlanta, right? Everybody that we knew was New Yorkers too.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when I lived in Miami, I had a lot of friends from New York.
Yeah,
man, it's all full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like the music and hip hop is grown. It started in New York, but you know what, man? At the end of the day, as long as it's great music and it represents the culture properly, I fuck with it. I've always been that kind of guy. The thing now, with some of the music that's coming out now, I think that there aren't enough. There were too many gatekeepers in our era, but now there aren't enough. Yeah, and now you got people that are just making music and there's no vetting process and they don't really have any real talent. Yeah, you know, and it's kind of watering down the art form. Let me ask y'all a question, man, both of y'all. Like, now that you have all this digital stuff, right? Do you guys feel like it's easier for you to kind of reinvent yourself, or do you feel like you're getting lost in the technology and the algorithm and stuff like that? Because anybody that masters that piece of the game kind of wins.
Yeah. No, it's very easy, especially if you know how to work the technology. It's very easy to reinvent yourself. That's why, you know what I mean?
It's easier than it's never been.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? With this man voice right here and my beats and stuff, man, okay.
Yeah. And mind you, like Q, like bro, I promise you, this is the best engineer I also know as well.
Oh,
like
you engineering all your own
he's
shit.
Not only he's the better engineer than he's a producer, and he's my favorite producer of all time. But his
you mix all your shit and everything.
All that.
I track out all my beats and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's go. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a bunch of shit to check out. Q, you'll hear it. But hey, Lee, I'm gonna send you his email too. Put one of them joints together. You already know what's good with you. What's good with you, Valley? But yeah, I love this. I love this piece up right here. This is gonna be nice.
And it's organic too. That's the best music comes out of organic stuff, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, real quick, because I know Lee, you here. Stick around with us. I know you don't do. You just say you a football fan, motherfucker. I know who you are. I would ask you this, Q. When did you become a Raider fan? I know it was the Marcus Allen, and but what was the day when you was like, this is it? This is. I feel like every Raider has that day where it was like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? What was your day?
I want to say, I guess this was. I think it was the season Bo got there. My cousin and them had bought it like at the Coliseum in LA. It used to be just surrounded by car dealerships, right?
Yeah. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So back then, like all the car dealerships was running a promotion because like the Raiders had just kind of got there and won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And then fucking Bo Jackson decided to come. So we got season tickets that same year because my cousin bought a Nissan truck. Remember the old Nissan trucks that everybody used to hook up and low ride and shit? So bought one of those from the Nissan dealer by the Coliseum. You got fucking 4 season tickets for the Raiders. So them seasons when Bo was there, man, like I think that's what did it for me. Bo and Marcus Allen in the backfield together, bro. Like that was just they was
running everything over.
They was running everything over. And the cool part is like Marcus was the lead blocker the majority of the time that Bo had the ball. And like that, man, that's like be crazy. That's like
crazy. Hey, real quick, shout out to my boy Oakland Knight, man. Independently blind. Say TQ, what up, fam?
Dude, what up, man?
That's my dog right there, man. He said, I hope you're doing good, man. Miss you guys. 2020 draft forever, man.
For sure. We had a ball.
Shout out to Watt too. We said respect to TQ, Eastside legend.
Raider, my peeps.
When I first seen Bo, I became a Raider fan too. Man. And that Cincinnati game hurt. It hurt my soul when he broke his hip because these days, if he would have broke his hip these days, he would have been back in a few weeks type shit.
Probably right.
You know what I mean?
And it didn't look like he did anything. It wasn't a hit. He just hit the corner and just some.
Because it was Bo. Because it was Bo. If it was anybody else, they would have crumbled.
But you know what, too? Bo had a degenerative hip issue in college that they knew about. That's one of the reasons why he played 2 sports, because they wanted to increase his revenue stream while he had his time on the field. But they always knew that. They kind of hid that. Nowadays, that would have been something they would have picked up pre-draft.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean? Bo Jackson, man, it's funny. People like to argue about who's the greatest athlete of all time. He doesn't have the greatest career of all time. But there's nobody that and I love Deion. I love Deion, but there ain't nobody that could have been MVP of the All-Star game and a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
real talk. Be an All-Star on 2 sports. Nobody that you can mention that could do that. So when
you can go back and look at Auburn when he played ball. Like this dude was a monster, monster, bro.
Man. That's what meant so much to me about him going to the Raiders. It was I grew up in LA, but I'm from Alabama, bro. I was born in Alabama. The majority of my family's is from Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Right, exactly. And when you're born there, you got to pick a side. Does not matter. Don't matter if you like football. You don't have to like football. You don't have to give a damn. Do you like Alabama or do you like Auburn? Period. And it don't matter. You could be in the same house. Your mama could like one, you like the other. Man and wife could like 2 different ones. It don't matter, man. That's the most important thing going on down there. So I picked Auburn at an early age, and it was Bo Jackson. And then, goddamn it, that nigga comes to the Raiders. And this is after I get the doozy with Ronnie Lott and Marcus Allen. Man, I was done. I was done. Then these motherfuckers want to follow me to Las Vegas. Come on, man.
It's written in the stars. It's written in the stars.
Man. Come on, it's in the stars, baby.
Hey, now, Lee. Now you don't know, bro, that Q is a photographer out there. Like he gets pictures from the Aces, the Raiders. I mean, any Vegas team out there, he's working with them. So you know, what I mean, running around and putting that work in, bro. You know what I mean? So
we got to link up, man.
For sure,
man. Come on.
Yeah,
hey, where I mean, you know, we're not gonna put too much on air, but where are you out there? Like what area? Like where you at? What area are you in Vegas?
I stay in Centennial Hills.
Okay, Southwest. See in Centennial Hills. So
we may as well be in Utah and me in Arizona, nigga.
Phoenix to Utah. That's basically what it is.
And let me ask y'all a question, man. Like, so now you pretty much have a town that nobody thought could ever have a professional sports team, but now you got all these professional leagues that are in bed with gambling. It's kind of out in the open. It's a little strange. Do you really think, with Vegas being such a transient town, you know, it's a town where people come to visit and they leave. Right. Do you really think that we can establish a real live sports culture in Las Vegas with the Raiders? Because what I noticed in that San Francisco game is that we got wiped out in Allegiant Stadium. I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a sea of red there. It was shameful,
bro. But full disclosure, man, San Francisco does that to everybody, bro.
They travel well. They travel well.
Place they don't do it in Seattle. And that's it. All the other West Coast stadiums, man, they take over.
They do that, and but you gotta also think though, this city is new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a lot of fans from everywhere, because when you it's not only just the 49ers.
The Broncos did it, bro. When I was at the Broncos game this year, Baltimore last year, week 1, Baltimore was deep. Arizona, week 2. I never knew there was that many Cardinals fans in my life.
It's a melon pot.
It's so close, man. It's so close. It's the best. It's the best trip for the Bay. It's the best trip for San Diego. For LA, it's the best trip for Denver. Best trip for Phoenix. Like, it's Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I think that what we have to do is, first of all, you got to win, because the Raiders did absolutely well with PSL sales, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they really did well selling out their season ticket invoice allotment, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is, majority of the season ticket holders are looking at this as an investment right now. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Let the team start winning, man. I shoot the Golden Knights. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Once they start winning, Vegas is about winning, man. People don't come to Vegas to lose.
We've been saying that for the past 2 seasons. Yeah, we've been saying it on the channel. Nobody go to Vegas to lose. Everybody go there to win.
Everybody go there to win. And the public out here are supportive of sports when they win. I shoot the Aces, man. That's WNBA. I look at the stadium at the beginning of the year, last year before that. Then I looked at it towards the end when they was headed into the playoffs. A WNBA stadium packed, sold out. A WNBA championship parade like what they had on the strip. Yeah. Man, this city will support if you win, man.
And mind you, we from Sacramento, so like we watched the Monarchs win one, and back in the day, the Monarchs got wiped out, but they used to sell out as a one. Like, but Sacramento, we didn't really have. It's not Vegas, like we said. Like we're gonna support our small town teams. In Vegas, they like, look, bro, if you're not pulling these dubs out, that's why I think Mark Davis pulled the trigger on Mark Davis. I mean on Derek Carr. Like, look, this ain't getting the job done. Like, hey, Q, I'm telling you, bro, Brady may be the Raider in the next couple months. I'm telling you now. You know, I like how City look.
It's gonna be Brady or it's gonna be Garoppolo. I believe that with all my heart.
Hey, look. Sorry to cut y'all off. I do got to get back in my session.
No, do your thing, bro. Hey, I love you, bro. I just wanted to pull up and do that.
Hey, nice meeting you too, brother.
Nice meeting you too, TQ, man. We got to lock in on everything, man.
I'm gonna send you Q number in this email tonight.
You do photography, huh? Hey, cause man, I got a couple. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a photographer because I got a couple models that's gonna do some photo shoots with my snakes.
Oh yeah, he got all kind of exotic animals and shit.
Let's go, man. Let's chop it up, man. I got the cameras. I got the camera people. We can make that happen. That's easy.
I got the 17-foot python right now.
Oh shit! I ain't shooting that one. We're gonna put somebody else on that job, partner.
Hey, Lee. If AP9 was out there, he probably put a gun to that shit, bro.
Look, I pulled, man. I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing before I get off, man. I said, I had a studio full of, rap niggas and shit though, man, and we up in there. So we up in there late night, niggas are smoking weed and shit. They fall asleep. So, right, I see all the rappers up there. One nigga on lean, one nigga over here on pill, one nigga high. I'm like, all right, okay, we pull the snakes out. Now I got like 24 snakes.
Yeah.
What?
I'll get to pulling out my ball pythons. I can't even get it.
Man, please tell me you recorded
that.
that.
No, I ain't even gonna say the rapper name, but he almost shot his dick off. I put the snake on him, man. It was over, man.
Samuel L. Jackson, snake.
You know what? I gotta say this.
I lost my shit, man.
Rest in paradise to one of the guys from Compton as well, Slim 400. He was the one dude that said, "Fuck it, fingers, put it around my back." And he was hitting the Hennessy. He was like, "Just put it on my shoulders, bro."
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Slim 400, man. That was the funniest shit ever. It's on my Instagram page. Rest in peace to my boy Slim.
Straight up.
Man, hey, fingers, I'm going to send you Q's information, bro. Get back to your shit, man. I love you, bro. I'm going to hit you a little later.
Love you too, man.
Good to meet you, brother.
All right, good to meet you too, man. All right.
Sure.
All right, bro.
Q, real quick, man.
Yeah.
I see how you're transitioning. How you were saying you reinvented yourself. But you're doing something creative, which is dope, right? Yeah. Now that you're doing the photography, and now that you're out here and you're with sports, is there any way that you feel like you can bring the two art forms together at this point, man? Because now, man, with all of this technology, brother, you can definitely, man, make something special. Because if you like, is there any way that you're doing that now?
Hey, we did it tonight.
Good point. I mean, we are a registered news agency in Las Vegas, right? That is what franchise sports media is.
Media passes galore and all that. Yeah.
Yes, we are certified media for our teams that out here. We're no different from Fox and ABC and all of the rest of them, right? Review Journal. We got the same access as they have to everything else. The thing is, we're also a production house, right? We create our own forms of content based on our teams. So high school football out here in Las Vegas, we cover it like nobody else, right? UNLV, we cover them like nobody else. We cover the Raiders. But what we do from the game, we don't just shoot pictures and sell them. We don't just, we make our own, excuse me, I got the big grandfather clock in the back.
Nah, you good? Hey, that was some bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that snippet. I'm uploading that shit on Instagram, bro.
Some Kill Bill shit, man.
He said, "Hey, look, motherfuckers, it's time to go."
No, man, we basically create our own branded version of a highlight reel, and it's a music video, man. It's a music video. It's a good way for me to break new music that I make. It's gonna be a way for me to break whatever music me and Fingers make. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a good way to give the kids and the players a different way to see themselves. Our stuff ain't stuffy, man. Yeah. And what's good about the fact that we cover high school football with as much fervor as we do the professional stuff, these kids see themselves on our site and in all our social media right next to Max Crosby. So the defensive lineman at Bishop Gorman or Liberty somewhere that makes a sack on a Friday night, he can see his shit played right next to Chandler Jones making a sack.
And that means everything to that kid.
Yeah. Everything to them. Yeah. And when you can find a way to ingratiate yourself with that age group, it travels. Yeah. Especially with athletes.
Definitely. And you know what, man? I didn't know that me and Q had this much in common because, Wasty, you asked him that question and it was with me too. Remember, like I said the same thing when I made music my whole life. I traveled the world. That's all I did. And then I started my podcast and I found a way, the Soul Nation, the Raider songs that I do to implement, I'm saying, that creative urge still to do that. And then you create this new this new audience. And then
Right.
they're all like, let me hear what you got. They go back and check out the old stuff, and they go check out the new stuff. And then it makes you want to make new music. You're like, you know what?
100%.
I'm back in the lab now. Next thing, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So that's dope.
It's funny, man. I had it's funny you say that. I had built up a serious YouTube channel, bro. And then some years back, I remade Hotel California, got it cleared and everything from the Eagles. Wow. They told me I could do it. I released it. It started doing well, and they sent out a cease and desist. Right?
Oh, that's weak, man.
It was some whole shit, bro. I paid these motherfuckers all. It was all gravy. They sent out a cease and desist. YouTube fucking shuts my channel down. I go to court and I win. Right? I get all my assets back. I'm able to upload my shit, but all my numbers are gone.
Yeah.
Like,
matter of fact, while we do that,
all my numbers away.
No. Hey, no, we're gonna get those back. What's your YouTube channel?
TQ the Trojan.
Let me pull this up.
The real TQ. Sorry, that's the old one.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. The real.
But the cold part is I'm looking at how much, like, so when they did me like this, it took me down, and I was hovering around like 10,000 subscribers or something for a while, because this was kind of after the ride happened. And I've noticed since we started this with franchise, man, I'm up over 30,000 now.
That's beautiful.
And that's absolutely because of the connection with sports out here. So
everybody go subscribe to our brother TQ's channel, man.
Yes,
run that up. Yeah, I'm also gonna put it in the community tab. I'll put it on IG and Twitter as well. We gotta run it up. This is one of our brothers. Man, look, we an hour in. I want to save some because I want to bring you back on, Q. Like, I love the energy here, man. I want to bring you on as like one of our consecutive guests. Somebody come on and shoot that shit, bro. Because I got so many questions. Look, Wasted got so many with the music side of things too. Yeah, but today was just like it was so cool to just get that filler, man. We just chilling, we having a good time. Yeah. You know what I mean? On the way out, man, just let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Yo, listen, I'm still making music. I talked about that 50,000 number earlier because that's my people. It's like, it's 50,000 of them that have supported me from the beginning. They still support me today, and I make music for them. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to hear any of that music, all you got to do is go to therealtq.com/music. We transitioning out of the Christmas season right now, where I do a Christmas record every year, and I put out my Christmas album normally on Black Friday. So that's what's up there right now. But by Friday, we'll be moving into the new stuff. I got a new single out right now that's called Smoke. That's the name of my new album that'll be dropping this spring. And you can find me on TQ the Trojan, man. That's my IG, that's my Facebook page, that's my Twitter. And like I said, the website is therealtq.com, and the YouTube channel is The Real TQ. It's about to be real active, man. Got a lot going on. I'm getting ready to start another podcast on my own with another partner of mine. More so music than sports, more so music and lifestyle. But the franchise podcast is me and my partner, Joe Arrigo. We jumping off every week. We start the new season 4 the first week of February. So get ready for that.
I checked out a few. I like the chemistry between you and your mans. That was dope.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's my partner here. This whole franchise sports media was actually his idea. He comes out of sports with Joe Rogan down in LA. Yeah. And he was actually the guy that broke the news of the Raiders actually coming to Las Vegas. He was the first person that confirmed that. So that's basically the reason why we started. We got a good relationship with the team, man. And just on the bigger and better things, bro. It's like the sports has really been taking a lot of my time since 2020. I had a ear issue caused by COVID, but that's over now. So I'm back in the studio, man. I probably got another 2 or 3 mixes to do on this album. Hopefully I'll get with Fingers and probably put a couple of more on there with him.
Q, I need you on my new Raider record.
Come on, man. That's nothing.
So
that's nothing.
You got 2 Raiders together making music for Raider Nation, man.
Here we go.
Come on, man. Let's go.
They ain't nothing but a combination.
I got a couple of other guys that I spoke with, you know what I mean, as of late, some names, you know, we talked to Baby Bash and we talked to a bunch, you know, me and AP9 did the last one, but I want to keep this trend going with my brothers that are Raider fans and that are musicians. You know what I'm saying? So
go, man.
We got to keep that moving. I'm gonna have Fingers cook up another autumn wind crazy one, and we gonna rock on that. There we go, man. Shout out to my brother TQ, bro. We appreciate you so much for jumping on the podcast. And bro, I'm gonna be reaching out to you. Everybody said, can we get him as a frequent guest? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, come on, man. Y'all just call me when y'all want me, bro. It's all good. It's nothing, man. Get on here and talk about my
you down
team.
by law, bro.
Yeah, you down by law for sure. Everybody said they subbed as well. Everybody said sub.
Thank y'all so much.
With that being said, hey Q, shoot me your line and shoot me your email. I might have him send you a care package tonight with some beats.
Sounds good.
You know what I mean? Run home, let us know what you think. My brother, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Next time we'll get more questions in because I know a lot of people are asking questions. We just wanted to kind of just shoot the shit tonight. The next time we will make sure we get everybody's stuff in. With that being said, my brother, pleasure. Once again, I'm gonna say this on the way out, you guys, because Q does music, but he also is in the sports game. FranchiseSportsMedia.com. FranchiseSportsMedia.com. If you want to book a session with the best photographers in Las Vegas, reach out to Q, man.
Holla at us. The banner is right at the top when you go to the URL. FranchiseSportsMedia.com. Big red button. Book now. Click it. We got you.
There you go. Shout out to my dog Q. Shoot me that line, bro. I'm gonna get you a Fingers.
I got you, homeboy. Come on, we'll be back. We'll be back next year, baby. Better than ever, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
My brother, man. Good to have you on tonight, King.
Much love, man. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, brother. One.